Okay, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Can everybody hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
Hi, Jay. Let me turn my
Hey.
phone up. It's so good to have you here.
I know. I feel like it's been forever. So good to be back. Life
Yes,
has been a lot lately.
girl, I understand, okay? Don't do life, okay? Especially the end of the year, it just seemed like
Yeah.
goodness gracious. But
Hmm.
yes, thank you so much for being here. I definitely missed you, girl.
I know. I feel like I've been missing out on all the events. I RSVP and then I'm like, oh wait, I can't go. Something else is going on. So good to see that you are still doing well and that things are you're doing your thing. I'm proud of you for that. So it's inspiring.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm still here, still, putting on for the group, okay? Yes, and this literally the way that God been doing stuff, he just be like, all right, I got this for you to do. I'd be like, wait a minute, hold on. Remember you gave me this, and this to do?
Hmm.
Remember?
Yeah. I
So
feel like it's like
this,
when you say yes, it's like, okay, it's on, it's on, challenge on. So
yeah. So this book talk was one of those things where he like, here you go. And I'm like, wait, this wasn't on the list of the already the things that you told me to do that I've been doing. Okay. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong, I've been doing them. But yeah, this has been good. If you haven't gotten a chance to listen to the previous sessions, they are on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a YouTube. Okay.
Yes, I've started my YouTube journey. Um, I'll drop the link. That's another thing, another recent thing that he like, come on, we about to do this too. I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
let's do it.
Yeah, all the avenues and channels and all the things.
Yeah, but all the previous sessions are there. Um, I just dropped the link, but we have been. This is the fifth session. We have one more next week,
Oh wow.
and they have been absolutely phenomenal, each one. So if you get the chance to go back and watch them, it'll definitely be a blessing.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
so
Good.
yes, welcome to session 5 of the It's All in Me book talk. Let me move this up so I can stop looking underneath my phone. Um, yeah, so like I said, this is the fifth session. We started these November 12th, and next week will be the last session.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Um, so yes, welcome. Please introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from, what you do, and what you hope to gain from today's session. And since you're off mute, you can just, you know.
I'm Jay. So I'm in Northern Virginia, over here in Alexandria. What do I do? So I'm an educator. However, after years of teaching and getting a little burned out, I decided to take a step back from the classroom. And so now I'm doing some office work that is, it is what it is. What do I hope to gain? Some inspiration and just some more information about your journey and yeah, the book and what's going on.
Yes, I'm glad you asked because you will get some updates on all the things. So as you can see, this list has grown tremendously since the beginning. Um, I am now known as the Golden Child. I don't know if you have been here since the rebrand.
No, I haven't. It's been a long time.
Yes, so I've done the rebrand as Jalisa The Golden Child. Um, I now organize another group, and I'm in the process of starting a third, literally as of today. And that is the third one is going to be to support melanated mamas that are navigating high risk and or high stress pregnancies. I'm in the process of becoming a doula. So I'm excited about that one. And you heard it here first because I don't think I told anybody else about it. So there you go.
Exciting. Yay. Yes.
Um, I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom and a survivor. My kids are now 5, 4, and 2. I'm a global speaker, trauma of money certified professional, board certified holistic health practitioner, human design expert, Reiki master, and I've started to do some other energy work that I'll be sharing with you all at the next event on the 20th, which I'll share more about the upcoming events. I'm a publisher. I recently started my publishing company. So now I support other women specifically with self publishing books, journals, planners, ebooks, coloring books, cookbooks, whatever, is their thing. I'm a self published author of It's All in Me, which is why you're here, and the 30-day Calm Life Planner. I have a bachelor's degree in biology, general chemistry, and natural health. I'm a poet, singer, and songwriter for the Voices of Survival Choir, and that is with Hope Works in Howard County, Maryland. I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, but living in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And as I mentioned, I'm a doula in training. And of course, I'm just Jalisa. Yes, I have a lot of different accomplishments, different accolades, but at the end of the day, I'm just Jalisa. And there's only one me in the whole entire world, just like there's only one you. So, our mission here at the Golden Child is to guide you to see and be your most authentic self, uncover and release limiting beliefs, and unleash the golden child within. The golden child is not just about me being the golden child, but me empowering and reminding everyone else that they are the golden child as well. Each and every one of us that are living, breathing, and walking this earth, whether walking, rolling, crawling, whatever, if you're here on this earth, you are a miracle. It is a miracle that your heart is pumping. It is a miracle that you are breathing. It is a miracle that you exist. So that is my mission, to really empower people to know that and unleash the golden child within so that they can live the lives that they desire and that they deserve. So that is our mission. Upcoming events, Freedom Fridays is our podcast. We do that every Friday at 8 p.m. ish, depending on how long my Friday events go. And we talk about usually about the topic or the theme for the month. And this month we're talking about direction, clarity, and vision for 2025. And yes, we did have an event last week. What's today? Yeah, last week. Maybe it was Sunday. By God's design, direction, clarity, and vision for 2025. And that is also on the YouTube page as well. That was an amazing event. It's probably one of the best ones yet. So if you want to check out an event, that is the one to look at. Of course, we have our bi-weekly journaling social on the 13th and the 27th. And man, these are the last two for the year 2024. Like, cannot believe it's about to be 2025. It's crazy. I have a collaboration with Finance Therapy Circle, and they do a monthly event. It was a free event, but she shifted it to a sliding scale, which they are still free tickets. And then the tickets are monthly, low cost ticket prices on a sliding scale. But that is an amazing space where you really go and share about your journey with money and are able to hear about other people's journey with money and know that you're not alone. Like, people have certain struggles or people have celebrations or different things that they're doing financially. And it's just an amazingly safe space to talk about money when if you don't necessarily have that or have a lot of that. So another space that I am a part of is Black Girls Grieve. This year brought a lot of grief, a lot of a loss, and in my search just for community and support around grief, I found the Grief Circle for Melanated Women, hosted by Black Girls Grieve. So I share about that because it's just another amazing space. If you're dealing with grief, whether it's from loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship, loss of a job, of a career, of an identity, it's for all types of grief. And then on the 20th, like I mentioned, our next event, specifically hosted by the Golden Child, is eliminating limiting beliefs with ease. And this is some of the energetic work that I've been doing for myself personally to eliminate limiting beliefs. And God is pushing me to share it with other people. So I'm like, okay, all right, we're doing it. We're doing this. So let's do it. And then with Single Mom Society, we have a monthly support social where we come together as single moms to celebrate each other, encourage each other, vent and share about the struggles of single motherhood, and really come up with ways that we can, one, support one another, but how we can move forward being the best version of ourselves and for our children. So those are the upcoming events. There will be another one depending on when the group for my doula support is approved. There may be an event for that this month, but I will keep you all posted. And you can find all of my events here in the meetup group. I do a Monday post on YouTube about the different events. And my email list, you can get on my email list. We send out a Monday email about all the upcoming events. And I think that's it. So, what do we offer here at the Golden Child? We have the Healed Money Movement, which is a newer membership that I created to support people with healing their relationship with money. I had an experience recently that could have taken me down a very dark and discouraged path, but instead I was at peace. I had calm and I was calm and I knew that the situation would work out. And I even prayed for the person that was stealing from me. And in that experience, I realized, you know what, I've come such a long way in my relationship with money, and I desire for people to have this same peace and healed relationship with money. So, the Healed Money Movement is born. It is a $22 a month membership where we do things like money healing experiences. There will be trainings and informations and guides and just other information to support you in your journey with money. Of course, I mentioned my books and my planner. I have the How to Self-Publish with Ease masterclass available for sale on my website. You can get your human design chart for free. I now have a Birth Your Book consultation call to support those that are looking to just ask some questions about their self-publishing journey, or they might want to see how I can support them with their self-publishing journey, what I have to offer, and see if we're a good fit for each other. Of course, you're here in the book talk. And then She's Ready Society is specifically for aspiring authors, women who are aspiring entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that desire to self-publish or build their speaking careers. So all of this again can be found at jalisahardy.com. And as I mentioned, we are working on monetizing our YouTube page. Even since this screen grab was taken, this was like the beginning of our journey where we started with intentionally growing our YouTube page. To date, we now have 45 subscribers and over 40 videos. So I am grateful for the progress that we've made, but of course, we need your help so that we can continue to reach our goal of monetizing our YouTube page. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things because they all contribute to our goal because we need to have 500 subscribers. We need to have three post 3 videos within a 90-day time frame, which we've already done. And then we need to have one of the two goals met of 3,000 watch hours or 3 million views on our shorts within a 90-day time frame. So any like, share, subscribe will support our goals. So thank you in advance for your help with that. And again, that's youtube.com/@Jalisa The Golden Child. So, session one, we talked about faith, which is the first part of the freedom framework. We had some discussion questions, and at the end of each chapter, there are reflection questions that, of course, is your homework to do for the next session. Chapter two was about family and friends, and it's really about building your support system, having a community, having the right therapist, having the right people on your journey to freedom and living abundantly. Chapter three, or session three, was about forgiveness/forgetfulness, and really diving into what does forgiveness really mean to you, and how has it impacted you, and really my journey with forgiveness of very traumatic experiences that I've had, even from childhood, and how I can still, have relationships and have love for the people that hurt me. Um, so yeah, that was a deep one. That was definitely a deep one, a deep conversation. I think that was one of the longest ones because forgiveness, man, that's a whole journey and experience. Session four, we talked about feeding our mind, really diving into what are you eating? Like, what are you watching? What are you listening to? What are the things that are nourishing you or, diminishing your light when it comes to what you're watching, the social media that you're ingesting, the people that you're around, whose energy are you taking in? So that is what we talked about in session four. And today we are talking about finding your own path. This is something that for me has been definitely amplified more recently with studying, understanding, and applying human design to my life. Um, I've always been some will probably call me a rebel, but I've always been a trailblazer, the one to like dance to the beat of my own drum, question things, like try different things that other people wouldn't. And for me, some of the things were choices based off of my experiences or the people around me. But more recently, I've been so intuitively guided, whether you call it intuition, Holy Spirit, inner guide, source. For me, it's just been a journey of finding myself, well, really discovering my true self and really being able to walk in the most authentic version of myself so that I am not trying to duplicate somebody else's path or trying to follow somebody else's path. It's really been about exploring and finding the things that light me up and releasing the things and the people, man, releasing the people that do not light me up because we have so much loyalty to other people because of history, because of labels, because they're family, because of XYZ. We have all these reasons why we hold on to relationships that are not meant for us to hold on to. So for me, a lot of this journey has been about releasing those people that, although, I love them, I care about them, but the relationship is no longer aligned with where I am or where I'm going. We definitely talked about this in session two, realizing and understanding that relationships, most of them are temporary. Well, really, I was thinking about this in the shower today. Realizing that all relationships are temporary because one day you're going to leave here, one day they're going to leave here, and that's going to be that. So it's important for us to make the most of relationships. And the only way that we can, one of the ways that we can make the most of relationships is by realizing we only have a certain capacity for relationships. And with the world being the way that it is, having social media, having virtual spaces, I believe that our capacity has expanded, but it's still only a certain level of interaction that we can have with people before we need to refill, whether we're an introvert or an extrovert. Like, you have to take time for yourself. So there's only a level of intimacy that you're going to have in relationships based off of your capacity. So for me, when it comes to finding my own path, it's really been about one, really redefining my relationship with God outside of just religion, outside of just church, and redefining my relationship with myself so that I'm prioritizing myself and putting myself first versus people pleasing and doing things just because someone else wants me to do it or because I feel like it will be supportive for them. But if it's not supportive for me, if it doesn't light me up, I'm doing more harm for them and for me than good. And that is one of the things that human design has taught me and shown me because to answer the first question, what has been one of the biggest challenges in creating my own path, it's been trying to be validated and accepted by other people. So yes, like I mentioned, I've been a trailblazer. I've been, a rebel doing things outside of the norm. But we all desire to be loved. We all desire to have positive and healthy relationships. So for me specifically, in my relationships with men, I've had to really work out and overcome becoming someone who I'm really not just for the sake of trying to keep a relationship together or trying to quote unquote keep the peace when, on the outside it looks like a peaceful situation, but internally I'm everything but peace. I'm chaos and destruction internally, but on the outside, oh, my relationship is good. We're good. We're okay. No, man. So that for me has been my biggest challenge in creating my own path, picking up relationships that were not aligned along the way and still trying to hold on to them despite the destruction and chaos that they brought to my inner being. So what about you, Jay? What has been one of the biggest challenges in creating your own path and walking your own path?
Probably thinking about others and maybe putting their needs and their desires for me ahead of my own and ignoring what I felt was best for me. Um, the whole people pleasing thing and letting that get in the way of what I truly want to do. Um, yeah, just not listening to or not following through on the inner guidance sometimes I think is an issue. So yeah.
Yeah, because our inner guide is always speaking, leading, guiding, directing. But if it's so much noise,
Mm-hmm.
so much conditioning, so much programming, because we were literally programmed in
Mm-hmm.
most cases by our parents to people please.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do. Just listen, get the good grades,
Yeah.
listen to what I'm saying, be obedient. Like we've literally been programmed and conditioned to people please,
Yeah.
to seek out validation, to seek out acceptance from other people, and to conform
Mm-hmm.
to what is going to be pleasing to other people, what is going to appease other people. So as adults, when you realize like this is not the best way to do things, like it makes it so much harder for yourself and even the people in relationships, because the more we try to please people who aren't even seeking out or doing the work for themselves, it's going to seem like nothing we do for them is ever enough. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you can do you everything that they say or everything that they desire, and it's still not going to be enough. You're still not going to be enough because they haven't done the work for themselves to be on their own path. So it's like, man, like how do we get out of that conditioning, out of that programming of trying to people please, trying to be accepted, trying to get validation from people who are one not for not even for our path, anymore, because every relationship, every person that we come across has a reason or a season. But like I said, most relationships are not lifetime relationships. So when we can step outside of that conditioning, step outside of that programming to question, like, why am I even like this? Like, why is it that I feel the need to constantly pour into people who, one, don't pour back into me, and two, don't even have the capacity to hold what I'm pouring into them? So it's like I'm pouring into a broken vessel and it's just pouring straight to the ground. So it's never going to be enough. It's never going to be sufficient for the people who don't have the capacity to hold what you're pouring into them. So it's definitely been a journey of questioning things and questioning my habits and releasing those limiting beliefs around relationships, because a lot of them came from my relationship with my father. You know, them daddy issues, okay? As girls, when you got them daddy issues, it make a complete difference in how you relate to men. And for me, it's been unraveling a lot of those limiting beliefs that I've picked up from my mom's experience with my father, my experiences with my father, and seeing the way that he's been as a person. Um, so that I definitely understand, really uncovering these limiting beliefs and ideas and habits of trying to please people for the sake of being loved and being cared for, when in our reality, love should be unconditional. People should love you just for being you, not for what you do for them, not for what you quote unquote bring to the table. You are enough and valuable and worthy of love just for being you. So for me, it's been about finding people with that same mindset, loving that way, and realizing that some people will take advantage because people don't, that's just people being people. But finding people, coming across people that think the same way or similar to the way that I do about love being unconditional, and it not being about, oh, this person does this for me or this person does that for me, which is fine. But it's about being able to first love myself unconditionally so that I can do that for other people. So yes, thank you for sharing. Next question is, how do you stay true to yourself in a world full of external expectations? Yeah. How do you stay true to yourself in a world full of external expectations? I think part of it for me has been learning to release myself of unrealistic expectations and releasing other people really of expectations at all, specifically the men folks, because that's where a lot of my challenges come in when it comes to men and relationships with men. So for me, it's been about releasing myself of unrealistic expectations, knowing that I have like, but thinking more than just about my physical being as well, knowing that I have a different understanding or different view of who I am. It's not just about my physical vessel. So yes, I do know that I got all these kids up here and I don't know why they up here. My niece is over here in addition to my three kids, so it's a little rowdy up here. Um, but realizing that I'm bigger than just my physical being. So yes, I have capabilities of things always, every single time. Every single time they will find me. But realizing my capacity, my capability on a different level, not just a physical realm, but still understanding that I am a physical being. I have a human body. So there are limitations to that part of me. Um, so staying true to myself has really been about exploring and understanding, one through human design, one through sitting with myself and listening to my inner guide, my inner voice, really exploring life to see what I like, what I don't like, what lights me up, what doesn't light me up, and being willing to surrender to the process and the journey of life and accepting people and things as they are. So it's definitely been a lot of mindfulness, a lot of self awareness, a lot of self exploration. Definitely, I talk about human design all the time because that's really helped me to understand my true self so that, I know who my true self even is outside of what the world has told me, outside of what my experiences have told me, outside of what family, friends, whoever have told me I'm quote unquote supposed to be. So, yeah, and that's how I've been able to be on this journey of staying true to myself in a world full of external expectations. What about you, Jay?
I agree with all of that, and I think also in learning about my human design, I feel like that has been a huge gift in understanding, yeah, the what does light me up, and following that, and following my curiosity, and allowing those moments of quiet and stillness to
Mm-hmm.
speak to me. And earlier I talked about following through, but on those in those instances where I do follow through, seeing where that leads me and how it is fulfilling then motivates me to move on and do it again, and to follow that little whisper that we have inside, and follow the the lead that our body tells us is right for us, and kind of shutting out all the noise from the other people who may have expectations of us that don't feel aligned with what we are feeling pulled towards, or that feels right for us, or that just following that inner, like you said, the inner guidance, and listening to what it is that truly does bring your heart joy. So I think that helps with filtering out some of the other stuff that other people may put on us.
Yes, and it goes back to really the title of the book. It's all in me.
Hmm.
My expectations, I'm thinking about, how they talk about competition. Recently I have been my family, my dad's side did this like family step competition. And in the beginning, I was like trying to like one up everybody else and compete with them. But then I realized like, why am I trying to compete with them? Like everybody, walks their own path, walks their own pace, has their certain level of activity. So for me, I shifted from trying to compete with them to saying, you know what, I'm gonna focus on just increasing my steps from more for the next day than I did before. And really going back to, checking in with myself, like eat, do I need to rest today? Like instead of trying to compete with everybody else, like do I need to rest today instead of trying to, one up somebody else or even one up myself, like really checking in with myself and sitting with myself to even see what's aligned versus trying to compete, trying to one up, trying to reach somebody else's bar or expectation or whatever. It's like, you know what? I see you. Like, congratulations. I see you did your 10,000, 12,000 steps today, but today my 2,000 is going to be sufficient. Like, because that's just what feels aligned for me today. Like, being able to acknowledge and, celebrate other people for their accomplishments. But really, like you said, sitting with yourself in that stillness to say, like, that's not aligned for me. So I'm going to do this instead. They might expect, oh, she got 3 kids, she need to be up and da 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 da. I don't care about your expectations or thoughts about what I should or shouldn't be doing. I'm gonna do what feels aligned for me each and every day. And if I feel the need to make progress or increase or improve, then I'll do that. Yes, it has been a journey of listening to what is within and honoring that. Rest is just as important as all the going and doing. Absolutely. People don't acknowledge rest as productivity, but that is probably one of the most productive things that you can do is rest and give yourself time to just be. Because when you rest, not only does your body get the chance to rejuvenate, but your entire being gets the chance to just be instead of going along to get along, being in spaces and places and doing things that aren't aligned or that don't light us up, like resting. Like I've gotten so many downloads and so much just wisdom and knowledge that I wouldn't have gotten had I not taken the time to rest. And rest is not just sleep. Rest is not just naps. It's if there's physical rest, spiritual rest, mental rest, emotional rest. Sometimes, okay, you need to take a rest from technology, a technology rest. Like there are different aspects of rest more than just napping or sleeping. So tapping into and tuning into the different parts of who you are to say like, how can I rest my mind today? How can I rest my spirit today? How can I rest my body today? Like looking at all of those things and parts of your being to rest in ways that are going to nourish your entire being. Um, but it was something else you said. Yeah, like going within and honoring that it's all in you, honoring that you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the insight, the information to know each moment what's the next thing that is aligned for you or what's the thing that's aligned for you in the moment. Because all you have is the present moment. Like you can't go back and say, oh, I should have, or change. I could have did this, or I should have did that. The more that you focus on the woulda, coulda, shouldas, the more you miss the present moment. The more you focus on, oh, I need to do XYZ moving forward. I want to accomplish this goal. Yes, of course, set goals, but don't get so focused on the future that you forget about being mindful in the present. For manifesting generators, our magic is in the moment. So for me, that has been such a shift for me to be mindful of the moment, to be present in the moment and be guided by my inner voice, my inner wisdom, my inner guide in the moment. Like even with my events, like yes, I have like, you know, slideshows or whatever the case may be, but when it comes down to what God gives me to share, I'm so present in the moment to hear from him so that he can use me in the way that the people that are going to hear it needs. If I'm so caught up in the last presentation or trying to think and see if I'm equipped, trying to think and see if I'm ready or trying to prepare for things, that's when I get so caught up and blocked from doing the things that he's called me to do because I'm so focused on that or so focused on okay, are they going to receive it? Is it going to be good? Like I don't it's it's easy to do that, but knowing my human design and knowing that my magic is in the moment, it has supported me with, like getting quiet, taking the time to breathe, taking the time to get present to say, you know what, I got this. Everything that I need in order to share or present or, whatever it is at the moment, I have everything that I need within me in order to accomplish it. And everything that I need within me to share with those that show up, that listen, that, watch recordings, read books that I write, like anything. It's like, you know what? I am trusting and believing in my magic in the moment and trusting and believing in what God has put inside of me to be able to share with other people. And that for me has been big with releasing the external expectations because it's like if I am working on focusing on quote unquote performing for lack of better words for audience of one, like being me and God and the additional people being a bonus, it's like all of those external expectations begin to not really matter. Because if I know that I am where I'm supposed to be in the moment, I know that I'm sharing what I'm supposed to be sharing in the moment, you can have your expectations. But that's between you, yourself, and God, because it really doesn't have anything to do with me. When people put expectations on you, it's a reflection of them. It's really not a reflection of you. It really has nothing to do with you. So that's another thing, not taking things personally when people do have those unrealistic expectations of me. It's like that's your idea, your thoughts, your personal problem, because I have expectations set and things that I'm going to do that light me up. And whether it aligns with your expectations or not is not my concern. So, yes, this is, I'm so right on time. um, that's our discussion for today. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to the discussion or any other questions as it pertains to finding your own path?
No, this has been great, Jalisa. I appreciate hearing more about your journey and um, just I feel like it's anytime we are in spaces of like-minded individuals, it just confirms that inner knowing that we already have. So I appreciate this discussion and hearing about your the path that you have followed to get more into who you are, why you're here. And I'm inspired by you following that inner wisdom and guidance and doing all the things that you are called to do and sharing that with the world and following your path. That inspires me to also remember that we have permission to do that.
Absolutely. My focus word for the month is to shine. Is shine, shine from within. And it really started last month, but I can just feel the difference with being intentional about shining and even hearing from you. Like, I've had so many people say similar things to me this month, like, man, you inspire me. The way that you're showing up is, encouraging me to show up and do certain things. So I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for sharing that, because it's like you said, we need those confirmations, those affirmations, and that accountability to say, sis, like, you doing the thing, you doing the dang thing, okay, you doing it. Because some days it can be challenging in a world that has unrealistic expectations, in a world that is trying to tell us and push us in a different direction than we know is aligned for us. So it can definitely be hard some days, but when you are in spaces, like you said, with like-minded people that say, like, oh, that's you, that's it right there. Yes. So I'm so grateful that one, that you were able to come today, and that you received the confirmation and just a reminder of who you are and what you're capable of, because you're amazing and I appreciate you. So home play, I just call it home play because I don't like work, but it's the read chapter 6 and 7 if you have the book. We'll be talking about reflections, and I'll be sharing more about my journey to freedom and living abundantly from these 2 chapters. Um, I will be doing a giveaway at the end where I will give a feedback form. If you're on the email list, you'll receive it there. Um, Yeah, if you're on the email list, you'll receive it there. But at the next session, if you're able to attend, I will drop the link to the feedback form for those that came, whether it was one session or all of them, to be able to participate in the giveaway for some prizes. So yes, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment on the YouTube page, share this video, share the playlist of all of these book talks, because each session was absolutely amazing. And remember, I love you. I see you. I'm so proud of you just for being you. Remember that you were born worthy, you were born valuable, you were born enough, and it's limitless. Like there's no there's there you have an abundance of worth, value, and enoughness. And nothing that anyone does or says, no experience that you have had or will have, can take away or add to any of that because you were born that way. So remember that as you move forward and know that you are enough, know that you are loved, and know that you are not alone. We are not meant to do life alone. So if you need some additional support, even just a friend or accountability, feel free to reach out to me. My email address is hello@jalisahardy.com. You can reach out to me on my website, jalisahardy.com. Um, Join any of my memberships, whether it's the meetup groups or my paid memberships. There is support, guidance, wisdom, information, and knowledge, and even just affirmation and confirmation in the spaces and places that I provide. So, Jay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. We right on time because I know you said you had to leave at 8, so I appreciate you. Yes, thank you, Boo. You are very welcome. Um, yes, see you soon. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
See you.